Hey, here's Joe again and welcome back to Dark Souls 3, the Ringed City DLC, where we are sitting here at the Ringed City bonfire and are ready to go the right way through the swamp this time, not the left way around. These take 2 hits. Yep. Taking different damage each time I attack one of them, which is totally weird. Don't want to have this guy sneaking up behind me. This time he took like 800 damage less than the last time. Okay, directly fill up again because we have the big giant to worry about now. Fuck you. I wanted to lock on game. I forgot you two. Good that I filled up my Ashen Estus. Only have to do that again. Okay, going. Since I have another attunement slot, I could equip the bigger one. Hey! Let me kill that guy, please. Yeah. Made this side of the swamp much more bearable, getting a hidden blessing for killing him. And we get a soul of a weary Joe. Let's take this side first, clinging to the right side of the swamp. A titanite chunk. Yes, there's lower parts, I know. But we saw a friend up here. The one locust that's preaching to us. Ringed Knight Straight Sword. What does that do? That's the Onyx Blade. Why isn't it not with the straight swords? I hate the stuff how it's... That's the spear, yeah. Where is it then? Why isn't this sorted in a way where it's with the other swords? It is. I'm just stupid. Stand ready with Time Lord Blade as it restores its ancient brilliance and reignites a short-lived flame. From the stance, transition to normal or strong attack. Yeah, we've seen them use that.
And so, she lived in fear of the dark. Of the things that gnawed at her flesh, and yet the abyss hath yet to produce any such creature. Fear not the dark, my friend, and let the feast begin. And so, despite his weighty armor, he lived in fear of a delicate thing, little more than a girl. Where fire resideth, shadows twist and shrivel, but in the abyss there are shadows none. Fear not the dark, my friend, and let the feast begin.
Lore-wise, I'm a bit at a loss here because I remember certain characters with weighty armor, but none who were afraid of a little girl. Like Havel could come to mind, but he didn't live in fear of a little girl.
And so, she lived, and yet, fear not, and
okay. So I assume he will now move on when we die the next time to his next place, which I don't know where that is. I assume we'll be ambushed here. By bigger versions of this. I don't see any, so let's take the item. The preacher's right arm. Of course we get their weapon. Die. Die from the chaos orb. Hey, you were standing in a lava pool while you were holding me up. Why do you get iframes while grabbing? I don't get iframes while grabbing others. Whatever. now to see whether that big guy respawns or not. That's like the main thing I was interested in. If this guy here respawns, because the other one did. But this is the one that's like blocking half the swamp for access and is relatively hard to take out. I just had huge luck with that first try. Okay, good. This guy will be ambushed by 2 more. I wanted to look at that preacher's right arm though, before I forget. That will be a catalyst or something, won't it? It's a staff. We're meant to beckon men to the dark with sermons, but most of them were unable to think past their own stomachs, the unruly mob. Use souls to weave a sharp branch to filly prey. Can be used repeatedly. Yeah, that's the weird thing where they make that. How did it not hit? How does that not hit ever? It's bullshit. So the name is Soldier and the second one will attack as soon as I'm near it. I like it how if they are down... Fuck you. Fuck you. Okay. We can just take Ashen Estes. Good. Is the big guy... Did he respawn? Fuck. Okay, we'll have to run it. Because I don't want to engage with him. Some over here. There should be my souls. Stop that! I don't like you. Sort of weary Joe. That main thing we already were at. Let's go somewhere over here. Hopefully not getting shot by archers. Okay, they're like doing weird stuff. Can you stop that? And de-aggro, please? Hey! Oh, can you just... I think he de-aggroed. Finally. Okay. Okay, this one is taking a bit of a problematic pathway. Why do you attack me? Or fuck you! You are completely unhittable. And you're doing way too much damage. Okay. These guys like the dark, if I remember right. Sort of an unknown traveler. There's one guy up there who could ambush if he wanted. There's none around the corner. There's none up there. He might ambush, he might not. Okay. Stamina. Might want to take endurance soon. Get rid of that stamina running out problem that I have while casting. Going up, upping the mana again. Black Witch Whale. Didn't we have a complete Black Witch set? Yeah. It's Zoli's Veil that she used for travel instead of the head. I mean, those would be like fitting cloth for Pyromancer, But I'm not quite certain whether I want to take that. No item ahead, it says. Yeah, this just leads to nothing. Okay. So we'll have to scale this church. And yeah, the guys that are sometimes suddenly aggroing. Not this time though. Can I please aim at the upper one? The upper one. Because the upper one will aggro when I attack the lower one. Okay. Just coming close to it. Interlocking on range, although the lock-on didn't work. Did suffice in pulling this guy to death. Oh, and it wasn't only one, it was two who started. I think I approached it and thus triggered them patrolling. Okay. He wants to start. That's the weird stance that was in the item description of the straight sword. Dropping another chunk. Are those... That looked like, from this corner, it looked like there were two people standing next to each other because the shield is so weirdly formed. Let's get this guy then. Please? Yeah, okay. Hit before stamina runs out. And that. Yeah, I need to wait between attacking him to let the stamina go up again. We can fight a single one with what mana we have left. Don't want to take that side because the giant might aggro. Assume both of them came from above, so I'm expecting more ambush from above. This is where we could ambush the other guy. Plunging attack from here. Makes sense. Did I see... Yeah, I heard something. A dragon! Yay, we have a dragon fight again. And it's a twinkling dragon. What did I have problems again with? Which one was the boss that I had trouble with? The one that was resistant to fire? Maybe there will be another one. I don't see any others up there waiting for an ambush. But I give it a longer berth to see whether he's there. What are you doing over there? Twinkling Titanite. Side seems safe for now. Let's go around the corner to look for item on balcony. No. Also didn't aggro the adjudicator. Okay, drop off here. As that's our only way to progress. And first let's go over here. That's where we went to speak to the locust guy. This is where we go now. There's also an upper pathway. Visions of bonfire, it says. Yeah. Resting that at the bonfire and traveling to Filing Shrine to level up. 1 endurance. Okay, back at the ringed city streets. Back through the shortcut. Time for Poor Soul. Show your humanity is what we're supposed to do here. I'll do that later this episode. Don't worry. But not now. I'm not very human. If you look at my face, you see that? He's doing weird stuff over there. Okay. And look around. See next guy who wants to not be put around the corner. And instead wants to die. Giving us almost 10k souls. It's so ridiculous. It's a Titanite scale we get here. What's below the bridge? Not a troll apparently. No, it's a dragon head great shield. That's the shield that the shield bearers are using. Because I don't think that the one that the sword wielders are using can be considered a great shield. Is formed by the head of the descendant of an archdragon. The ringed knights commanded by the gods stood amongst the ranks who set out to slay the dragons, but their contributions were never lauded. Even the descendants of an archdragon perishes not, and use of the skill restores its former strength, sending surrounding foes flying with a dragon roar. Ain't that interesting? Okay. For what we want to do here with that humanity thing, we need to attune different stuff. Attune spell. We don't. What do we don't we need? Like the Chaos Bed Vestiges, I'm barely using them. Where is it? It's a sorcery. Chameleon. That's a thing. I think I find it very difficult to say, like, that's a thing that someone could figure it out on himself, by himself. But why did I press B to equip? Can you tell me that? Why did I press B? Whatever, that's our staff. We'll use it in a second. For now, we'll have to go into the swamp, as I know it doesn't work when you start it in there. We need to like start it somewhere in the swamp. So let's make it from here. Putting the staff and using the chameleon spell to transform into a humanity on the first try. That's why I'm not using young white branches. It's a chance thing. So you can transform into any of those statues that we saw around here. And that are all over the place here, and you can use like 20 of them and never get it to be a humanity. That's why I was wanting to use the chameleon spell. And yes, you're very slow when you're not in your normal human form. And that chameleon spell that cost a lot of FP. But making that did make this ladder appear. And as far as I know, that ladder appears permanently, so we'll can reattune the Chaos Bed Vestiges here and get that mana back. And go up that ladder. I don't remember what kind of foes are there. We might want to run that, because there's a ridiculous amount of ridiculosity up here, I think, if I remember right. The dragon does do some weird stuff over there. I assume here's a misplaced detection box telling the dragon that I am where I am not. Okay, up here. Through this. No item around here where we can drop down to the next place. Okay. This might be difficult. We'll see. I like how he hyper armor. Hey! You cannot side strafe the thing that's bigger than you and is clipping through your face while you sidestep it. That clearly, that dark orb, while he was side going, it clearly clipped his arm. So his hitbox is off, or the hitbox of the spell is off. Okay, we'll directly see whether that works as I said. Yes, it does. So let's go up here. Fucking long ladders. Come on. Climb the ladder, asshole. Okay. We saw one guy approaching from there. Can we lock on, pre-lock on? Thank you. Guard break, die. Yes, like that. Exactly like that. Filianor spear ornament. It's a chance drop that they drop. Think that's a covenant item? Yeah. Fulfillment of duty of the spear of the church. They watch over the princess's slumber, and this serves as proof of their fulfillment of their duty. The embellished gold cloth is woven with a crest of young grass. The princess's knights proudly displayed these precious favors, which were most often seen swaying from their identical ceremonial spears. Okay. Let's look around the corners. Oh god, no. Wow! Hyper-armoring through stuff while completely ignoring spells and then having spells fly through you without hurting you or making you flinch. That seems fair! And since this is such a fair place, we'll skip it. I'll just run past it. It's... If the game wants to cheat at me, I'm cheating at the game because... it's just bullshit. If you're supposed to clear out a place and slowly do your stuff, and then there are enemies that like clearly ignore the game's mechanics and cheat, then you're allowed to run past them. Normally I clear everything slowly. I will die a few times now because I'll have to look into every nook and cranny and I will get trapped when I'm running there. And now we're taking this here and start running over here. I mean, let's kill this one because it's the only one that aggroes while we're over here. Yes, of course. A freaking adjudicator nearby. Stay over there, please. We saw the adjudicator now. That's the guy that we were seeing, like from the corner of our eye. What the fuck? How did I de-equip the freaking Bellwine? I was still on the staff when I de-equipped it, yeah. Bullshit! Enemy spawned somewhere out of sight. Dragon Roar from off screen. Dragon Shield Roar from off screen. Hey! Don't trail around corners like an idiot. Kill the guy. Kill the guy. Getting a divine blessing. Don't know if this one respawns or not. I don't know where the ringed spear knight is. Did I successfully de-aggro him? Okay, he's back to his old pattern. Then let's go along this stairway. Down this ladder. We saw signs of ambush to this upper place when we were down there. Is that a guy or is that... That's just a hedge. Double ambush? I don't know. Dragon head shield, that's the small shield that the sword bearers use. Where is it? Up here. Dragon breath. You can do dragon breath with this one. Okay. Action Estes. Stopping off in case some ridiculosity happens here. While on our final approach, I'm expecting ringed knights, but I don't see any, and if I don't see any, I have to expect the ambushes, which we'll take with the fire orb. It's 20k right there. Nothing in this corner. That's a nice looking thing. Don't see anything else around here. No items around. Then let's pray to the Purging monument, where you could request dissolution for like 11,000 souls. We can reverse hollowing. Let's do that. That's just hollowing. That's not the seers. We legumen again. And absolution is not a thing because we haven't sinned. Okay, so now we need to return to our friends. Look how nice and clean the sun emblem of the Warriors of Sunlight looks now. From this perspective. Okay, let's equip Vivicat. Also be ready for... are you alive or not? Oh no, that's your feet. No, okay. Let's hope nobody aggroes. He's still clinging up there. We wanted to go back to this guy, because we found the Purging monument.
What did I come here in search of? Damn. Stop it. I'm unbreakable. Unbreakable. Are you certain of that? No. Sorry, I know you'd never lie to me. Thank you. Thank you kindly. I'll speed right on over. It won't be long now before I know everything. Who I was, what I lived for, and what my name was. And I'll have you to thank for it all. Ah, thank you. Most sincerely. I swear upon my birth name that I am your friend. No matter what might come out, no matter what I was, if you would do me the honor, allow me to be a true friend. Always.
Yes.
It won't be long now before I know everything. Who I was, what I lived for, and I'll have you.
Okay. It's then this guy. I'll try quitting and reloading the game instead of sitting at a bonfire, because that doesn't make the enemies respawn. Yes, that made him move on. Good. Good. So now, let's try to see how we get back to the Purging monument from here with the least trouble. Those all have balustrades, which is nice. Okay, this way. Then over here. That's the wrong way. Push it. Bye. And then through here and up the ladder again. Where the dragon still gets aggroed somewhere off screen when I go up the ladder, which is completely weird. Would be nice if there were enemies spawning there every time before he does that, so that I get some souls, but can't ask for everything. There still is Beard Knight patrolling here, but just a single one. still just go over, down. And although he aggroed, that shouldn't be a problem because this is pretty safe and far off from where he wants to go. Yeah. Lep, now, are you here, my friends? No. Okay, I thought he'd move to here. If he moves to another place of the ringed city that I already visited, I would miss him. And that's why I'm breaking my rule again and looking it up. Okay, and that was Lep's story. We'll meet him once more later. But we can now freely return to the bonfire last rested at. Making it to the next bonfire would be a thing that I would like to do this episode, but I don't think we have time for that. So this was the episode that was all about finding the Purging monument and finishing the main part of Lep's questline. Now we'll only have to see the payoff. Have a nice day. See you tomorrow.